Alright, welcome everybody. Hello. It's time for another stream. I was gonna set up the pumpkin cam. Pumpkin is in a perfect spot, and he is snoozing, and he is out like a light. So I was gonna set up the pumpkin cam, and the browser app thing that I use has decided that they're gonna start charging money, and I'm not doing that. They used to be completely free. Like, I have an iPad, and what I did was I'll just show you, just as a little insight into this. I have this, set up right here, and this little thingy right here connected to a screen mirroring online receiver thing, and it was supposed to be, it was a web app that you open that on your desktop, and that's the receiver, and then you enter the same code on the iPad in the web browser, and then tell it to use your webcam. Well, now I can't do that, because that web app, either I need to install the app or upgrade to Pro. So it says upgrade to Pro if you want to use your webcam. And I'm like, that is the stupidest bullcrap ever. It functions exactly the same way. There's no reason it should be like that. But anyway, there's YouTube. Hello, Dale. It's aggravating. So I'll have to find some other route for the pumpkin cam. Let's start with bugs, because bugs are boring. And usually the attendance kicks up later. So let's just start with, I guess, some backward chests. What was one? I'll just put this over here so I don't constantly pop it open. Sand God Passage. Put that like that so I can still see the chat. There we go. Sand God Passage. I think there's one in the Spirit Temple as well. LNOP. Oh yeah, Sand God Passage. Double check where exactly it is. Well, there's only a handful of chests anyway in Sand God Passage, so I'll just check each one. So excited about the pumpkin cam, but oh well. Oh, I need to get my snack. I'll just get my snack now. That's what I thought. That's the chest that I thought. Oh no, this is the one that was backwards. Oh no. Oh man. That means every instance of vampire chest rupees is gonna be backwards. that one's fixed. Just gonna mark that. Ding. Let's just look at all of these. That one backwards? Yes. That one's fine. Alright, I literally just looked at this. I think this one's also backwards. But I guess if it's face down, it's okay. I'm just gonna rotate it. Oh, hello, Foley Note. Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. This one should be fine. Okay, yeah, that was fine. Ding. Plains of Ruin. What is it? Low rule. Oh boy. Okay, that was the one I thought was backwards. Okay, I think all the other ones are fine because they're all strong boxes. I'm just going to leave them as strong boxes for now because I feel like redoing all of them would be a lot. Alright, that one's done. Check Eastmarch Secret Grotto, but I'm not going to do that right now. Ironbind Barrow. I keep forgetting that I don't need to do this by loading the cells. If there's one that I know is messed up, I can just edit it directly. So, like Mara's Eye, I can just switch it. Mara's Eye Pond, unless there's multiple. Ah. Okay, so it's not, it's the Elden chest. Should be correct. Broken Bang. Broken Bang Cave. Container. The safe should be fine. It's this one. It's backwards. So it should be 270. Let me just double check this one. Oh no, I fixed it again. Okay. Alright. Those are all fixed. Alright, I'm gonna save. Close this. Oh, Xavier is late. Welcome. When I first started to stream, my explained my annoyance because I was ready to set up the pumpkin cam, but the website that I used is now deciding to charge for their service, and I was very annoyed. Yeah. Yeah, like it was like you could share your desktop because it was like a screen sharing thing. You could share your you can share your desktop for free, but sharing webcam requires upgrading to Pro, the Pro version. And pretty sure I've been doing the pumpkin cam for years. Well, the issue is I have my it's my iPad and the webcam on the iPad, and it's remote, so it was pinging up to this website, and then the website would ping down to me. So like I have this thing right here, so like that's in OBS as the receiver for this website, and then the iPad was accessing the website as a sender, but so I might have to find some other solution, some other app or something. I have no idea. Or I get a very long extension cord for my my webcam. And of course, ooh, creation kit's taking forever to save. I accidentally clicked on it. I don't want it to get mad at me. My hands are off. So I guess we can look at what needs to be done still. I think at this point I will work on Snowpeak. I can also look at the ideas spreadsheet. Go right into the smack of the dab. There's not many maybe unsure unlikelies, so I might go through that to see if there's any that jump out to me as a definite no or a definite yes. That's really just not interested right there, because I was just gonna do Arcana weapons, inflicting disease. Creation kit done. No, actually, yeah. When it's done, it'll minimize on the right there. All right. Gloom weapons. Yeah, I feel like the gloom weapons is going to get folded in with malice. Oh, this is empty. Tower of the Gods. I guess I'll be... I'm still very... Ooh. Oh, it's two different shades of unlikely there. Should be orange. Okay, I just saw a creation kit. Wake up. Okay, let's do a little Snowpeak work. Snowpeak Ruins. Okay. I don't know if I've done anything since I last worked on this. I guess what I'm going to do is just do the general outline of the rooms and then go from there. I feel like this is its own thing, so that will not be involved with this main. Did I mean to rotate that? And there's also 2 levels, so like this could be 2 separate hallways stacked on top of each other, or they branch out. This could be its own. Seems like that could be a room. I also, it might collapse some of the rooms. That's its own thing. This is like a little closet. So this would be a little room. These should be 2 separate hallways, I think, that are staggered. Let's see. Can we make it a little more visually interesting? No. That's the upper level. That's the balcony. So that goes to a hallway. Alright, instead of just this would be the upper level. So there would be something on the upper level. So there would be 2 rooms. This could be 1 room, 2 rooms. Not all the rooms will be big like this. There should be some that are small. Okay. Let's just not get overwhelmed here. You enter here. Enter here. You turn the lawn in. You go up. You can go up 1 level or through here to the bottom level. So this is completely separate. And then there are doors here that go... Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Bottom goes around to this. So this is a small room. Top goes this way to that. So I think that makes the most sense. So it would be 2 separate. So I'm going to get rid of these and replace them with short walls. There we go. So those are short walls. Replace these with short walls. This pops up to there. That's fine. So then this can go this way. I almost need... Yeah, I actually do need the sky to be on for a contrast. It's more interesting to look at, but like, because it's all gray, I need the contrast. Oh, are there actual hull pieces that I could be using? That would make a little more sense than building it like this. Akaviri. Small hallway. Yeah. I also want to see if there are any assets. Because at this point, there's no 2-way. So let me see here if there's something else that I can work with. It'd be cool if I could integrate new Akaviri assets. Meshes, dungeons, Akaviri, detail, big pot ground. Decor, I think I have the pillar. Yeah, decor pillar I have, but the pots we don't have. That'd be a very interesting... Oh, I think I do have those, never mind. Alright, so those are already things. Altar. I'm not so sure about that. Tables. Do I have tables in here? Doesn't look like it. Table would be interesting. Maybe. Oh. Yeah. Okay, so I could do tables. That would be good. Table candles. Okay. I am intrigued. So furniture is something that I could integrate. Wall, stairs, big column. I think I got all of these. Small halls. Yeah, I got all those. Rubble. Yep, got all those. So most of it I did get. But furniture I can integrate. At some point, I'll make a note here. All right. Alcove. I like to use the dead end alcoves so that they can be like places for sconces. This hallway can extend further down. Actually, I could turn it into a ramp. Actually, that would make a lot of sense if this was a ramp. That doesn't line up. Oh, here's what we'll do. We could put another ramp. Scoot this back. Well, this is going to look around that way, so I could put this here. Get rid of these floor pieces. There we go. So then, okay, that works. This connects to the room. That can be the room. And then there's a... Actually, this would be a four-way. That has to be flat. That can't be a little alcove jutting out. That goes into the room, but then there's another right here. Lower this a teeny tiny little bit. And scoot it some little. Oh no, that doesn't actually work. Dang it. I need it to line up with that, but I guess it's okay if it... That is just gonna have to be how it is. Alright, so we'll get rid of these walls. There we go, and then this can just be straight. Oop, don't want that. Straight across. Like that. And floor. That's fine. We'll just leave that. That's fine. Oh, I know, actually it's not. That floor is too high. Okay, that doesn't quite... That's odd. Why doesn't it... I guess it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Let's get a four-way in here. Oh. Well, that's why. Okay, so the floor, this floor is actually in a fine spot. It's this. This needs to go up and across. I suppose I could put a single... I think that's fine, because it does line up. Put a little rubble to cover the seam, but it doesn't look like a seam. Do do do... Well, now... is perfectly aligned. Oh! That's why it's not perfectly aligned. Jeez. Okay. So this... This has to be here, and that has to be there. This has to be here. Okay, perfect. So what I just need to do then, because these aren't going to be perfectly lined up, I need to put a little something like floor piece or rubble. Rubble covers a multitude of sins, so probably a little... Yeah, I was gonna say perfect spot for a rubble piece. Also, welcome Dralkin. Thanks for stopping by. We'll do this one. Obviously, we don't want it to... there's also the raised floor. If that doesn't fit, I think I'll do the raised floor. I thought I put somewhere in here. Where's the floor chunky? There it is. Skyhaven floor chunk. Boom. Covers it perfectly. It looks intentional. Alright, so where we got that? This... might need to do another floor chunk. Making sure that this is all lined up. That looks fine. Yeah, we're going to do another floor chunky right here. Although this... that's lopsided up there. But you can't tell because it actually almost lines up perfectly. So if I did this... Again, rubble covers a multitude of sins. So we're going to put another floor chunky right here. Making sure that it is the main goal. Oh my gosh. This might need to be a rubble pile. Yeah, boulders. Boulders are the ultimate in patching. That works. And then I'll put floor chunky here to level it out. and then rubble pile on the ceiling to cover that. There we go. Making sure nothing's funky up there. Now that looks like it came out of the ceiling. Okay. I have to put a pillar there. There. Perfect. Alright, now get these bad boys. Copy and paste. There we go. We have our two-way hall. We have our stacked little sneaky-doo hallway staircase thing. I'm gonna save. Yeah, I definitely need the fog. I think temporarily I might. Make the fall a little further away. Ice cave far. There we go. That makes it a little easier to see what I'm doing. Alright, saving. And back at looking at the ideas spreadsheet to see what dreams I can kill or dreams I can make come true. This actually might move to being considered. Yeah, I'm gonna move this into being considered. And that's it for the ideas, or for the maybes. this to being considered as well. The Garo. Everything should be 11, right? Everything's 11. 11. Okay. That's 2 for being considered. So far, 2 things moving from maybe. Wait, no, it'd be 3 things moving from maybe. 2 of them going to likely. I should also look through the likely being considered. The Fused Shadow. I was actually thinking about the Fused Shadow. Because I know the issue with the Fused Shadow is that it's supposed to be like one piece. And the way that Skyrim does rigging, it would flex and bend in a weird way. But something that I was thinking with the Fused Shadow was that this would be flying in the face of Zelda canon to an extent, but to split it into 2 different armor pieces, one being a helmet and one being either pauldrons or a chest piece, so then the head moves separately, or it's all one piece but it's a chest piece that culls the head, and then it's like Batman, you can't move your neck. But I'm not so sure about that, because in Twilight Princess, although granted it was Midna wearing it, when she put the whole thing on, she turned into a giant spider monster. I wouldn't be doing that. But it makes sense because she was Twilight and the Dragonborn is not. So Dragonborn wouldn't turn into a giant spider monster. But there's room in the lore for just like the reinterpretation of the Fierce Deity's armor, the fused shadow could get reinterpreted, and lore could explain why it doesn't function the same way. Oh, welcome, Arabes. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, I don't know what the route to go in for the fused shadow is. I'm just here for the food. Snowpeak Ruins. Alright. That all seems to be aligned. I need to make... Oh! So he has a polite... That's the most polite spam message I've ever gotten. Top viewers, stream... I shouldn't even say... Usually it's just like, some long, like, message that's just like, I can't even remember, but like, best viewers now, get good game, wahoo, but that one was just very short. Door hole. Yeah, I used to get one like every stream. Like legitimately, I stream once a week, and I would get one every single stream. That works. So I could do this, boink, and then do a corner. I should eat my snack soon. Oh, I have to check my phone. Okay. Corner. I always forget. Corner in. Yes. Boink. This is just going to be a little closet, a little nook, a cranny, if you will. Put a ceiling on it. Ugh. Where's that pillar? Pillars cover a multitude of sins. Yay. Now it looks intentional. Plop a ceiling right here. Oh, nar. Oh, nar. There's a tiny little bit of Z fighting up there. No. Oh. Oh well. Oh boy, what happened to that ceiling? Oh. Looks like there's a ceiling rubble pile up there. Crazy how that happens. Man, they really need to check out that ceiling. Gotta fix it. Okay. That room's done. And then we have this room. Yeah. Gotta watch out for that water damage. You know, gotta be real careful. Yeah, it looks like you got a lot of water damage. You know, if you get my guys, we can have this fixed up in a week. But you get the other guys, well, I don't know. It might take a month. Now, I'm not trying to pull a fast one on you. Just saying, you want to make sure you get this taken care of soon, you know? I'm just saying, you know, just putting it out there. Now, the other guys, they might be cheaper. Yeah, you know, they're going to take longer. And you might get some black mold. Man, that's not good. Just tell it to you straight. So how long has this mansion been in the family? About 1,000 years. Oh, okay. Wow. That's right. The door hole. Well, that whole room needs to move over. Or I put in another door hole. You know what? For the sake of sanity. Put in another door hole. That doesn't line up. There we go. Okay, well, the whole room needs to move up anyway because it's not aligned. Yeah, okay, so the whole room needs to move up, so it might as well move over. Alright, this looks like a job for... Boop, click and drag. So it was only misaligned in the y-axis, z-axis, no, the x-axis. Then I would be I think that's good. let's add a ceiling. And then we'll save. Line that up. Boop, 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 boop. Yerp. I think that's all good. Okay, cool. And then this will be its own thing because it's on the lower level. So that's going to be its own thing. So this is like mid-level right here. It's between floors. Interesting. Alright, let me... This tends to help. If I zoom in on something boring, it helps the game, or helps the tool save. Okay. I've been tracking the idea since 2021. This chart is 5 years old. Or it will be in June. And you can see where the updates are. I'm very intrigued by the telescope. Oh, Brambleberry has arrived. Welcome. I'm a bot? When did this happen? Oh, the website was making... Oh, okay, I didn't even notice. The website was checking to see if I was a bot. Yeah, I'm just so in the zone. I'm like so focused on looking up field of view stuff. I know there's console commands to set SFOV. But I don't know if I can change it with, yeah, set FOV. Or FOV. I don't know if there's anything that would allow me to change it with a script. Maybe. Oh, FOV. Weapons. Sight FOV done by zooming in. But you've been using iron sights. Huh. Yeah, I don't think... It seems like it can't be... I'm pretty sure there's a way to... Eagle Eye. Let's look at that perk really quick, and then I'll go back to building dungeon. Eagle Eye. What do you do? Modify bow zoom. So it just modifies bow zoom. I thought there was a way to get a script to do... I could have sworn that there was a way to make a script run a console command. But the issue is we'd have to... Because if somebody has FOV set in-game, custom, like if they prefer to play at 90 FOV and the default is 65 or something like that, we would have to be able to check the current FOV, save it, and revert to it. Unless it's a... What is... Gameplay settings? There's FOV, but the problem is... Action points. What is F action points? Setting cars. Gameplay settings. Gameplay. Yeah, probably. Action points, yeah, that makes sense. Are there any other game settings for FOV? Iron sights, VATS, stats camera. FOV, Skyrim console. Default is 65. View distance. View distance. Well, I can't sort by value and search for something that's 65. Cool. I'll have a keep tinkering with that. I will make a note though. Alright. We got that. Got these. I might as well just finish this wing. I think this can be... sense for this to be its own room. So this can be doorway. Doorway. This has to go down. No, it doesn't. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting how Bethesda cobbles things together. I think I might make, let me see here. This definitely I want to go diagonally, but I don't know. Yeah. Probably just start with like 45 degrees. I think that's fine. Okay. This, rotate the board. Line that up. And we get this, do. Kick it right in there. Get a pillar. Ding. Okay, we need the inner corner now. Possibly. I need to make sure it lines up with the door. Wall in, wall corner out. Okay, so that doesn't help me too much because it doesn't line up. I could cut off the rest of that room. That might be that or a pillar. That wouldn't help me there, so I think I might just plop a couple pillars down. Marble columns. Oof. Also, we have misalignment right there. I guess what I'll have to do is move this whole thing over so that it lines up. So let's get that corner out. Go. Get this, move this over. That up. Yeesh. Yeah, it's hard to align on a diagonal. These all seem to be... No, never mind. Okay. Door. In. Ding. The rest of this room should be easy to set up. Wall. Yep. Move. Okay, that doesn't quite line up. Well, I'll line it up here. No, that doesn't work. Okay, hang on. We're just gonna do our best. Put a column in there. Little bigger. There we go, now we're happy. Put one on the other side for symmetry. These should be the normal size. Okay. Now this room might not keep this shape, but ooh, that looks so boring. Okay, put that back on. I'm gonna put ceiling in and save. ceiling is in. And that piece can be deleted. Alright. Do a close-up, turn those off. Oh. Alright. Good progress is being made. And of course what I'm doing is just like filling in all the general basics of the rooms, and then I'll go in with a finer toothed comb, so to speak, and add clutter and such. Yeah, I'm just blocking it out, yeah. Blocking out the general gist so that it's all contained, and then going from there. That's all I can do in terms of the guidelines chart, or the ideas chart, the ideas list. Well, now I think about it, I want to... Let me look at the plans too. Snowpeak Ruins is in progress. Pharaoh's Pearl I need to test. I haven't started Death Mountain yet, or Goron Ruby stuff, but it's coming along. Once I'm done with Snowpeak, I'll move on probably to Death Mountain. Or actually what I should do is integrate Snowpeak into the world. It'll take some time. Snowpeak is the biggest part of this update, I think. Okay. What kind of things were in the rejections pile? Oh, that's right. know why I keep I'm just looking at the rejections list to see like what kinds of things like get rejected. And it tends to be like overly complex ideas. And things just don't click with Relics of Hyrule. Yeah, extremely minor things. A magic ore. Such a very specific thing. Zora Flippers is redundant with the scales. So the scales kind of filled that niche already. Spin attack. Really minor stuff. Yeah, and this one, like, it's not even a Zelda game. Anyway, so I think what I'm gonna do, because I only have 15 minutes left, I'm gonna do some testing. Here's what we've done so far. Pretty much half the dungeon is blocked out. The whole, say this is north, which I should probably put a north marker on here somewhere once the time comes, but if this is north, the whole east wing is blocked out. So we made this little hallway and we made 3 rooms and they're all accessible. So then I'll have to do the north wing and the west wing and flesh everything out. But I'm going to test Pharaoh's Pearl and Snowpeak. First test will be Snowpeak. And then if we get to it, I'll test Pharaoh's Pearl. Taking its sweet time as usual. Okay. test going here. Hi, Pumpkin. Pumpkin is entering the room. Hi there. How are you? Sorry we couldn't get the pumpkin cam working. Alright. Oh, my mistake. Snowpeak Ruins 01. Alright, let's... That's the door to nowhere, so entrez-vous, s'il vous plaît. This is the... Oh, this is not the door to nowhere. This is the door to nowhere. Alright. That door goes nowhere. So, you enter. That looks really nice. Enter, and I might have to modify it so that it doesn't have vines on it, because this is supposed to be frozen, but everything seems to be good so far. It is very green. So I might do some retexturing. But this is what we made. So there's this room. This is the newest one. The one that has a little corner in the back. And then go up the ramp. There's a gap. Oh, huge gap. Okay, yeah, this is... Oh, I see. There's a wall missing here. There's supposed to be a wall here. Oh! Get back in there. Come on now. There we go. Okay, that will be... Honestly, that's just because there's a wall missing. And then in here, everything's fine. I saw some glitchiness right there. At least I thought I did. Cool. Alright, alright. And then uppies. This looks fine. Got the balcony, which looks good. And then this is not finished yet. Cool. Also, I decided to add everyone's favorite orc, Jayut Gorakt, to Roxanne's house. So she lives with Roxanne. They're roommates.
This better be good.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Better be. And she's decked out in Armos gear. She's the first character from Relics of Hyrule the series to be integrated into the mod. Yes, that's correct. And Roxanne, I guess, is sleeping on the floor tonight. Okay. Pharaoh's Pearl. Oh, actually, I could test... Let's test this. Pharaoh's Pearl int. There's a few spots... Okay, so Solstheim, East March, Winterhold, Pale, Yalmarch, and Reach are all kind of goofied. Let me write this down. That's locked. The Midden can remain... The Midden shouldn't be enabled by default either. So Midden... Solstheim, East March, Winterhold. Ooh. Pale. And Y'all March. And Reach. So let's go back to Roxanne's house and see if we can activate the Condelamar one. Doesn't matter. Oh, it would be 03. Okay, fine. Oh yeah, some of this stuff you can take now. Instead of stealing. All that stuff you can take. She still really wants her firewood though. Like a bird in the sky, I believe I can fly. Okay. I forget. I'm pretty sure the activation point. I guess let's check a bunch of options here, because I'm pretty sure it's with the Wind Waker. But let's test to see if it already appeared. I don't see it. Midden, no. Secret grotto, 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 secret grotto. Okay. House. Nelamar. No. TCL, not TLC. Oh, another thing I keep forgetting to do is changing this so it says uppies. What is that? There's a... Why are you way over here? How'd you get over here? What even are you? Okay. How'd you get over here, bud? That's wild. Alright, so there should be something here where the Wind Waker is that activates so is anything new? Solstheim, East March, Winterhold, Pale, Yellow March, Reach. Okay, so that didn't seem to work. Oh! That makes more sense. Let me test it with the Falkreath Secret Grotto. Because it's a smaller place. And I also know where the trigger box is for this one. Hey guys. Oh. Oh, the Yiga is not happy. Oof. Oh! That's bad news. Oh, you stole that! You shameless! You're a bad knuckle. Or actually, hang on. Where's Pearl and... Smash, hold. Reach. Fall Creek did not appear. Let me see if the... I'm not seeing the orb. I don't think it's over here. I'm just double checking. Running around. Do. Trigger box. Don't hit me. Alright, let's go back to Pharaoh's Pearl. Yeah, I don't see any that are new. This one... I'm not gonna bother with the... I'm gonna test the Termin Forge. I also need to fix these textures. This is just ridiculous. This will be my last test, and then I'll have to go back to the drawing board. It's supposed to be over here. East March, Winterhold, Pale, Yellow March. Yeah, nothing's. None of them are working. And I don't have TCL on. Does this work? This one is not interactive. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to deal with that. At least that works. The doors work, because they're doors. That should pop me where it needs to pop me, yeah. And this is right there. So, anyway. Unfortunately, it is that time of night, so I'm gonna have to call it there. A lot of progress has been made. Thanks for coming, everybody. You're welcome. And I'll be streaming again next week. I'm planning on streaming Pokemon Pokopia on the Switch 2. So, and then after that, week after that will be Skyrim. But anyway, we'll see you next week. Thanks for coming by, and as always, be sure to drink your Ovaltine. Good night.